to your nation, Abba Yahweh. Let your words go forth, Abba Yahweh. To the ears of your nation, every four corners of the earth, Abba Yahweh. Abba Yahweh, that they may hear, Abba Yahweh. They may strengthen them today, Abba Yahweh.
Yes, Abba.
Seeing, Abba Yahweh, I have the turmoil in this wicked generation, Abba Yahweh. I have so many, Abba Yahweh, going about doing their own thing this day, Abba Yahweh.
Yes,
but you brought us back into the bed once again, Abba Yahweh. So we will lift you up, Abba Yahweh. There's just so many things that you have done for us, Abba Yahweh. You have brought us through, Abba Yahweh. Also, many little light afflictions, Abba Yahweh. Because there's nothing too impossible for you, Abba Yahweh. All power's in your precious hand, Abba Yahweh. Abba Yahweh, touch today, Abba Yahweh. Those that need a touch in their bodies, Abba Yahweh. Straighten them, Abba Yahweh. Make them whole this day. As your word go forth, Abba Yahweh. Your deep realm, Abba Yahweh. To give us the strength, Abba Yahweh. To know that we're not all alone, Abba Yahweh. To know that we have this one, Abba Yahweh. That always by our side, Abba Yahweh. That when we bow down, Abba Yahweh, and we speak, Abba Yahweh, that we know that you're here, Abba Yahweh. Because you say you hear the prayers of the Siddiq, Abba Yahweh. And Abba Yahweh, you made us that way, Abba Yahweh. You brought a son to your bosom, Abba Yahweh. You made us that special people unto you, Abba Yahweh. You gave us a wing that we can get up under, Abba Yahweh. In the time of a storm, Abba Yahweh. Oh, you are a high tower, Abba Yahweh. Oh, precious Abba Yahweh. Yours the shalom that you put in our midst, Abba Yahweh. Oh, Abba Yahweh, the many tears, Abba Yahweh, that you see come from our eyes, Abba Yahweh. For you are a comforter, Abba Yahweh. You are all in all, Abba Yahweh. Why can we not praise you and lift you up this day on your Sabbaton, Abba Yahweh? How can we not praise your mighty name this day, Abba Yahweh? And the nations sing unto you, Abba Yahweh, giving you this day all in all, Abba Yahweh. Lifting up the land unto you this day, Abba Yahweh. For knowing of this great and mighty one, Abba Yahweh. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Let us stand to our feet, yes, I am. Blow the trumpet in the mouth of Yahweh in Yahshua. Hallelujah. Yahweh, but in the Hashemayim, for the ash is your mighty name, your Makut to come, your will be done. And earth, Abba Yahweh, and in the Hashemayim, give us this day our daily lesson. Forgive us our debt, Abba Yahweh, and we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, Abba Yahweh. For yours is the Makut, the power and the honor, Abba Yahweh, forever, Abba Yahweh. So be it, Abba Yahweh. May it be fulfilled in the precious mighty name of Yahshua HaMashiach, Baruch Yomalach, Abba Yahweh. And he feeds your nation this day, Abba Yahweh. And give us the understanding of your direct, the way, the true way, Abba Yahweh. That your people may turn back unto you, Abba Yahweh. And the precious mighty name of Yahshua HaMashiach, I pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
We have brought up offerings of praise unto Yahweh about 5 years for Yahweh. Let us lift up our voice. Let us move our feet. Make a joyful noise unto Yahweh of this Shabbat. Hallelujah. Come on, Yisrael. Let us sing unto Yahweh. Hallelujah. All right. But there's only one way to Israel out there. One truth, one life. And that is in Yahshua HaMashiach. So Yahweh, show us your way, Yahweh. Show us your way.
The cry of our land.
Make a joyful noise. Every instrument. Unto Yahweh our God.
Let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. 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 Everything that has breath praise Yahweh.
For we're fearful and wonderfully made. Hallelujah. Let us praise Yahweh. I will.
I will praise Yahweh, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your words, and my lips know thy word. Everything you done for me, I give you all the blessings. Everything you have done for me, that's what we give today. In the time of victory, that's why we celebrate. Yeah. We are here. No one can come to us. My we are here. Oh, this day, I provide what will be all night long. Your weakness is falling out for him. I know that I'm ready. Oh, yes, darling. Everything he has done, yes, he's right on it. He's right on it. He's right on it. Yeah, I'm so glad. My God. In my life, all about it, and we may not say, not to a thing, everything, you have done for your things and you can put it on. All you have. Everything is done. The one that got my best, now they come back
Wherever you are listening, or Yah grants unto you the time and the space that you may hear the teaching today. It's a wonderful thing that we can gather in the period of Yah. We must teach the little ones how to love God. We teach them well how to sin, be disobedient, and to enjoy everything with the Most High. They can enjoy a pad all day, and television all day. You come and see us, house we haven't taught them well. We wonder why the surmising of our homes are being disrupted. That's for another teaching. Again, I want to greet you all that have joined us I want to teach today a very elementary way. The elements of this teaching, they're going to be elementary. The principles of one shot dark, opening up reservoir of the storehouse of the bank of one's mind to retain what I teach us today. It is vitally important that we shemach with the understanding of hearing, with a great desire to obey, to comprehend, and to walk in the light of that, the rejoicing of that to our hearts. And let us stray down every kind of crooked path, down every kind of violent, reprehensible deed against Yah. We must get it right. We must do it right. I want to ask one question before I began. You that identify as a Hebrew Israelite, how do I acknowledge or accentuate between the blessings of Yah, the Berakah, that means the prosperity, the land, the presence, the gifts. That's what Berakah is. Yes. And the curse of Yah. Where is the pattern of that example that I can look upon, and there will be no doubt in my mind or my conscience, for surely the hand of Yah is upon that people, those people, or that individual. How do I differentiate what is, above all things, what is the sign of that people? Yes. What is the manifestation of the riches of Yah upon that people? Or is it everyone that say that they are Hebrew Israelites, that they have a curse upon them? We have not adjudicated that through the wisdom of Scripture. And through the knowledge of linguistics or language. Yes. We have not adjudicated it that way. We're gullible. True. We're lazy. Yes. So we take what anyone say and we run with that. Yes. Without examining every small detail, every infraction that we oppose as the truth of Yah. Have we examined, first of all, the Leva, Ma'omant? Can we attest to the fact that I am, not you, I am gullible? Yes. And I will fall for anything. Yes. And I will buy a lie instead of the truth. Yeah. We must adjudicate, we must come to the principle of that law, of Torah and the wisdom. Understanding of that principle, there is only one way, and that's by the book. Yes. You must understand, as it one thing that Evangelist Hartsfield, I must accredit him with that. He says to me, son, when you study Torah, when you look in the dictionary for words, he said, always try to find what they call the archaic, the conception of the word, the inception of the word, how it was defined in ages ago. Not how we have redefined things. Yes. For example, the N word that people of my hue and yours that call each other, it was derogative. Was an epithet of the most degenerate kind. Yes. And now the redefining of that among people of my hill, say it shows a kinsmanship, a brotherhood. No, I'm not buying that lie from any of you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So words are redefined for acceptance among the ignorant people we are.
Yes.
But the concept or the inception of the word, it did not mean my brother,
No.
my friend.
No.
It means a low-life individual of my hill.
Yes.
Now you can justify it, fool, or you want to. You tell me I cussing, you are a silly little dumb boy. How about that? I'm going to teach,
Hallelujah.
as I said, with the elementaries of this teaching. I'm a student of this book in a way that is real. It's not fraudulent, but it's real.
Yes.
I'm going to begin the teaching. But before I came over here, I searched my files for a certain topic of a teaching. And when I searched it, there the teaching was. I've never taught it. And so I was just on time today because my mind was aroused to that concept. And I began at that moment looking in Torah. I was able to copy and paste about 5 key things. That's how legitimate His Ruach is in me. There are many that will denounce this. They say they are Hebrews, Israelites, but I want to know how to get here. I want you to show me the pattern of that among a nation that identifies themselves as Israelites.
Yes.
And I want you to differentiate between a blessing and a curse, because this nation, the wealth is exceedingly, and there are those that don't even know a damn God. And the accumulation of things, homes, $60 million for a house. And there are those that you identify with that's living in the ghettos. Show me the pattern of the richness of this. Are there Hebrew Israelite groups collectively in the cities throughout America or the Americas throughout the world where we can go and see the power of the great Berekah, the blessings, the presents that come from Yah, their land, their homes? Can we find that? Can we come to New York and find you there? Can we come to the ghettos of Cincinnati and find you? Can we go down to the violent jungle of Atlanta and find what we call the riches of Yah? I ask you all that question. So how do you define a curse? And how do you define a blessing?
Yes.
What is the signs of a curse? What is the sign of the riches of Yah? Because if the riches consist of the abundance of things and wealth, you fall behind.
Yeah.
Not only that, my friend, you have been foolish with a tremendous amount of money because you're evil and selfish.
Yes.
And one of the most powerful components of Yah's truth, you have not loved Him. You have not loved your neighbor like you love yourself.
Right.
You're full of your lies. You're full of your deceit. And you're flat out do not give a damn about anyone. You're phony with your mouth and false with your expression. You love everyone, but you love no damn one.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yes.
I don't care if you don't like me.
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't appreciate what I say. Yah says to you, depart from me, you worker of ovum. You have done those things that you have taken satisfaction in. You have not been complicit with my Torah. You have done it your way. And the gates of hell's door is your way. There's only one way. And we must do it Yah's way.
Yeah.
You can't be pretending. That's why we love segregation. Because you can do your own thing and no one sees you and nobody knows what you are doing. You don't want no one to see you. That judgment is one of the most valuable things among the nation. You judge me, but you are a damn hypocrite.
Yes.
Because you don't want me to judge you. I take nothing back. I don't apologize. No one.
Hallelujah.
I would have begun with this one word, curse. And I say this to us all. Before 1885, as far as the grammatics of this language, there was no incorporated word that we call curse. C-U-R-S-E. It cannot be found in the language of the Germans or the Latins. It cannot be found in the Romance or the Roman language. It cannot be found anywhere. That's just a fact. It is a word that has evolved, and its definitive is upon whom that speaketh. Can I show you an example?
Yes.
I want you all to think on this for a moment. Am I coming through clear?
Yeah.
I need to get me some monitors so I can hear. I looked up the word curse, C-U-R-S-E, in every kind of definitive or way that is expressed on the internet, the web. Irregardless of its contents, I found this morning, and I am precise as far as the numerics. Whether it be curses of witches and hexes of witchcraft, there were 30 million documents on just that association with the word C-U-R-S-E. 30 million. Who is right in their conception or their definitive of a word.
Yes.
We are an ignorant generation. You don't love men like me. You don't even have honor for men like me. I don't need honor. I'm saying that we don't regard the quality and the essence of strength that one speaks with.
Yes.
I'm going to show you something today.
Yeah.
So when Yah says that He's going to curse us, does it mean that some sawdust or some dust of witchcraft flowing down of divination from the kingdom of heaven? Is there a sprinkling of dust or some bones that you wear in your nose? We're going to get down to the raw deal this day.
Yeah.
But before I go any farther, I want to define the word curse. Whether we use it irregardless to how we use it as a noun, an adverb, or even a verb. We're going to define it and show you the essence of its association, how it is defined. I didn't rely upon my own self to define it, because there are resources that are quite capable, that are intelligent enough for you to define it. I want you all to hear me for a moment. I want in this teaching that the word curse in every dimension and form I'm going to show you 3 witnesses of the word. There are 14 expressions of the word C-U-R-S-E. That's why I remind us, you don't say Yabarach, Yabaruch, and you know you're a damn hypocrite. You know you got all in your heart against me, and you can't speak the truth to me. You are a damn hypocrite of a devil.
Yes.
Oh, I love you. Yet for the moment you say that for your own justification. You're not dealing with a little boy here.
Yeah.
I'm going to prove it all out.
Yeah.
I'm going to prove it all out.
Yes.
So you don't say Yabrach. You know that there is something in your mind. There's some nothing of value in you. You say that to me?
Yes.
Damn you.
Yeah.
I'd rather eat pork meat, and I'm not about to eat that, than for you to do that for your own damnation. But let me show us something here.
Yes.
I will show you every form of the word curse, and there are 2 foundational principles. I don't want to use the word principles, or 2 foundational pillars of its definitive. You can't just read a dictionary to get this. You got to search and seek to understand. And so I want to express that before I began, I want to give you what the Torah or the meaning of the word curse. As I said, there are 2 components of the word. I will read directly from the most reputable resources in the world. We all honor dictionaries and encyclopedia, do we not? So I'm going to read from that. The word curse. First of all, the connotation of the word is trifling. My mother would say, you are trifling, no good. It is one that is trifling.
Yes.
That they are of little value. They're insignificant. There is no value at all to them. They are empty without any kind of riches at all. So that is one of the components of this words. It is one that is trifling. They have no value. They are not going to give. Can I show you an example? A mother cannot get up and take care of her child in the morning. She's sluggish and slow and trifling. It was a word that was used in my rearing quite often. You're trifling. One that is trifling. It is one that speaks evil or wrath.
Yes.
You will speak evil against Israel. You will hide in your conclaves. I'm going to touch our wicked hearts today. And you talk evil. And you say things that are detriment to me. And you know that you got the answer to help me. And you don't help me. You are a dirty dog. I don't give a damn who you are. Speaking evil of one. To revile, to uproot, to say things, and you know it's a falsehood. Yeah. These are the contents of curse. It is a mode of thinking. My mother would say to me, you are sorry this and that. And if I allow that to shape my mode of thinking, she was saying to me, quote, you're good for nothing. You will never be nothing. And there are plenty of parents in their ignorance that have said that to their children. And if that was to shape my mode of thinking, I'm glad that y'all gave me a wife. And her words to me that day that made me mad. You can do anything. You're strong. I was weak as they come. But those words made me strong. Yeah. They placed the Constitution in my mind. Not only that, but it's one's feelings. Well, I don't feel like it today. We think we know what words mean, but we really don't. It is the way that one acts. They're acting, pretending that and they don't realize that they are doing something against you that is detrimental. You see, we don't think like that. We don't think that curses are associated with that. You know you're wrong. That's what the word C-U-R-S-E implies. These are synonyms of even this word. And one that is wicked. Who is wicked? One that defies the Torah of Yah. You don't do that, I'm quite sure. You're right, and you're right all the time. One that is troublesome. My mother would say, and I would hear the elders say, that's a troublesome boy. That girl is nothing but troublesome because there is a vile nature of that one. I want you Hebrews to show me among yourselves if this is validated among you. If you have received the gifts of Yah. It is one that is pernicious. You know what pernicious is? One that, as Granny would say, that's a sneaky old boy. You never heard that kind of language? She's a sneaky girl. You better watch her because she is pernicious. Her ways are evil and sadistic. Her ways are not that way. I walk a harach and a derech of Omariyam. It is one that is destructive. You don't care what they say. That's why you're going to be judged by every word. I'm telling all of us. I don't care if you're young or old or senile. You better watch your language and what you say. It's almost like my mother, that boy ain't going to be nothing. That placed that kind of thinking in my mind. But I bless Yah that he would take me in the quietness. I didn't know Yah. Didn't even know in God. And I would wait. And I would find resolution that way. And when I saw as a young boy, I fell in love. I didn't know what love is. It is the all to the thinking of one and make one think. He gives us riches. He gives us a prerequisite from verse 1 to 14. And that's all you hear the Hebrews talk about from 15 to 68. They're ignorant. I don't want to be your friend. You never despise someone to have an alt. This is what a curse is. You despise, and then you treat someone with contempt. They come to you with honest and beauty and say, Yah Barak, and give you Yah Barak. You know damn well you don't mean it. Yes. You know you're not genuine. Is Yah genuine? Yes. He did it all for us. He cannot lie. And you treat them with disregard and contempt and disrespect. And you know that you're false in your salutation to that achachut. You know you're false in it. Yes. I dealt with men my life, especially those, whether it was in my ignorance or not. But I have never crushed one in their sins. I will preach against it. But I've never denounced them. I've carried their sins in my mind that no one knows. Unless they told you. You treat with contempt. You bring one to contempt with dishonor. For she and I to lie in our bed at night. And to bring the daughters to contempt, that we despise them. And that she despise or have contempt for them. Our minds are cursed. It is the way we think. And we're not thinking about me or I. We're thinking about someone else. And so we can denigrate. We can speak ill and lies against one. And we can lay in the comfort of our sleep. And knowing that we have done wrong. And there is no repentance in that. I have too much fun when I go to sleep. If it's nothing but talking. And I find myself going. It concludes with it is a variance or variations of nuances. Your own ways you act, the way you do things, the way you carry yourself. It is the nuances that grow out of the basic idea. And all of your nuances come from one thing. It comes from being trifling.
Yes.
You don't have enough integrity of honest to go to him and say, hold up, my friend, I'm not going to go for that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to talk to me.
Yeah.
When you are trifling and sorry as hell,
Yes.
you will make me contemptible. And you are the one that is condemned. Your mind thinks that way, not mine. You are the one that's cursed. So my mind thinks on this level. If I just diligently set my love to Shanach.
Hallelujah.
You see that sign out there? Shodach ayin. Open our eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the back parts, not guard us. Watch over us and protect us. Not just Shema, but not
Yeah.
with a special help of protection. I'm no fool. So we settled that, didn't we? This is what the word implies. There are two components, or there are two pillars. But read them both.
Yeah.
You will not know what the word means unless I tell you. You have difficulty pronouncing it, I will pronounce it for you.
Yeah.
There's a word called extricate. Extricate. It is a verb. This is what extricates mean. You'll hear me.
Yes.
This is its definitive and its strength. It is when one detests one utterly. These are the principles and the two foundations of curses. To detest utterly, to hate and despise. You detest them. You don't even want to be around them. To detest, to abhor. They are abominable, foul, and unclean. They are damned in your mind. You denounce them. You denounce them in your activity, your association, getting down to the real nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
You got a man that will tell you the truth.
Yes.
And then you imprecate evil upon them. Pattern, quintessential. Man says to his wife, I hate you. I don't like being around you. Woman says to her husband, I'm going to leave you. I have never said that to my wife. I was ignorant of this. I've never said I'm going to leave you.
Yeah.
Hell no. Just dead, man. How would I tell her that?
Yes.
You're as silly as a dumb pumpkin bear if you don't think that that takes place.
Yes.
My mother would say to me, I despise you. What did I do that incurred that upon me? I'm not twisted in my mind.
Yeah.
I would find that place of solitude and cry. That's what I would do. But I will never allow that to become part of my thinking. Because if I had done that, if I had children, I would have said the same thing to them.
Yeah.
That's why she can embrace our sons and our babies and our daughters, and they feel a great comfort with her. And she will do things and take care of them and honor our little children. That's why. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I allow my mind to be seduced with the things that one say, or my mother, I'm using her and my life, then it would allow that same kind of spirit in my heart, then I would say that to her or to my children. It would carry on.
Yes.
You ain't nothing but a hoe, you this. You will talk to your daughter that way. You will talk to your children that way. You are sorry, no, that's
Yes.
that craziness of this trifling spirit.
Yes.
I'm about to say, get off your trifling heifer. She's even not a heifer, she's a cow, she got young.
Yes.
Can I go a little further, son?
Yes.
No, I will, I don't care. To do that, to imprecate evil upon someone, I wish you were dead. You don't think people say that, you're silly.
Yes.
You don't think this is the language of a nation of people. You're absolutely wrong. I'm going to get me someone else to blow the heart of your man, husband. I'm sick of you. I don't want to be sick of her. Ain't nothing she can do to make me sick of her. We're damn hypocrites. I don't have to damn you because I can't. God's going to damn you. I use the word imprecate, but let us understand what imprecation is. These are the two pillars of the word curse. These are the two pillars. But this vile, insidious thing stand upon it, and we don't realize that even among ourselves when we talk to each other, what lies in our hearts with curse, we're sending out a volume of fire from our loins. This is what the word imprecation means, or imprecating. It means this: to invoke or call down evil curse upon a person. Example: oh, I just despise you. I hate you. I don't want to be around you. I've heard that one. You shall just go somewhere. Be by myself. I don't want to be by myself. I've never left my house in all the years I've been married. Never! The silly bull. You think I'm leaving my house? No. Sit down here in basketball game on Carolina and Duke in the days. I ain't even about to do that. And get a wonderful meal after that. And the rewards of that blessing will overshadow you. It is to invoke or call down evil, an evil curse upon a person. It is to denunciate, and when I looked at that word, denunciate, in its archaic meaning, it is to warn of impending evil and threats. I won't get you. Woman says to her man, I'll get you. That's all right. You got to go to sleep, baby. Oh, I know I'm making sense. Yes. I know it's real, especially for some of us old hats, all right? Yeah. Oh, you think you got my baby, but I'm going to get you. And he found himself like old Al Green with hot grits poured all on him, and then that curse upon him, he kills the woman. We don't think of the power of our words. Yes. And what resides in our liver and the way we think. We think we're right, but you know you're not right. You're procuring the curses on you because you're thinking it's not right before Yah, all right? This is what I delight in right here. Right here. And we set our minds and our hearts to know Him. And that means denouncing you and all of your ways. Call you liar when you're liar. Call you evil when you're evil. And denounce your stupidity. You got to do it. I got on this sunglass Sunday. I got on it. And so to my ignorance, I didn't realize that my watch had stopped at a certain time. So I went to this, I said, what time do you have? He said, oh, it's this time. I said, oh my. I just spoke to him. And I said he had plenty of time. So I go back to him and I said, I'm sorry, I apologize, man. But I don't take my words back, the counsel of my words. I don't take them back. But I was wrong. I was wrong. And I said to my honorable friend in the back, I said to him, I told him I was wrong. I was flat out wrong. But I don't take back what I said because I said it gives us that kind of thinking. Make sure that we're prepared and equipped. I didn't take it back. Yeah. But I was wrong. When is the last time, wife, you said you're wrong, a husband? Yes. Tell me. Yeah. You blame each other. I have never blamed her really of nothing. I'm the man, I take the responsibility. Yes. I guard this house. That's the fact of the matter. That's just it. And if my house is out of order, it's me. If it's out of order, it's me. And listen to me, childish one. You can think that you're in order and what you say is right and what you say is proper. Because if you do it all right, Miss Lady, Miss Woman, then your husband, you will see the light of his delight in you in every direction and any way it is. So don't think that because of him, you're doing everything right. Hell, he comes home, his house is not clean, and you treat him with disregard. Shut your damn wicked mouth. I'm not one that plays. Oh, that will get us all quiet on that one. You're not doing it right. The man has an excellent wife, it causes his light to shine. I don't care where he goes. I don't care who he meets. He got something in him. And everybody noticed that. You understand?
Yes.
So let's get real. See, that's how we think. We think, well, that's the way. Oh, yeah. No, it's you. Let's get busy now. Can I get busy?
Yes.
Well, I am, whether you'll allow me tonight. Hallelujah. I want to show us the sum of the word curse and its different forms and its true reality. This is found, it's summed up in this one chapter, Jeremiah, chapter 11 and verse 3. You say on the nation Israel, and you say unto them, this is what the master, this is what the sovereign master Yah says. He speaks to Israel. There's a semicolon there of an independent statement. But it's summed up here in this independent statement. He said, cursed be the man that shemach, that does not obey. He cannot understand. He will not train himself. He will not cause himself to hear. He will not tell others. He will not proclaim to others. He will not live. He will not utter the sound of God's truth and get down to our wicked ways today. See, cursed be the man that will not hear. That will not obey, not the words, the daba of this bread. That's every word. We must obey it. We don't make no supposition for no one. Give his mama, daddy. Give his son or daughter. You make no supposition. You don't alter anything for no one. So any man or any woman that doesn't do that, they're cursed as a curse. What? What are you saying? They think different than Yeshua think. See, you think the way you think is right, but that's not how Yeshua thinks. He pleased thee above all things. And when there was a way or we do something that is incorrect, we ought to correct that. We ought to amend for that. We ought to repent of that. You notice what I define in the word curse. It is a way that you think. It is a way that you think. But it's all right if I do that. No, it's not all right if we do it. It's wrong. It's not right, son. It's not right. Cursed be the man that obeys not this Brit. What is the covenant? My alliance with you. I have an allegiance to you. I owe you. I'm going to be there when you're not even there with me. I will show you what you need to do. I will raise up the young men of strength and obeying, the messengers that tell you the truth. Hear them. Obey what they say. So we establish that. Curse me any man. Does that mean some? It means all men. I want to solidify one other point. I want to ask us, who are the blessed of Yah? Who are they? Where do we find them? And again, what do we call a blessing? I want to show you the Berekah of Yah. Will you believe it?
Yeah.
Yah cannot lie, can he? We're going to take line upon line. We're going to do the elementary way, all right? Turn quickly to Bereshit. Now I want you to answer this true or false, a lie. Genesis chapter 12, just one verse. Genesis 12, verse 3. This is Yah when he speaks unto Avram, and he blessed him with the promise of Hamashiach. That's why we can do all things. When we that are poor, we can say that I'm blessed. We that are rich, and if it had not been for Yah, we can say that we are poor. But look at what Yah says to Avram, our forefather. He says, and I will barak. The word barak, when you say that, it's more than saying bless you. It's saying this, I praise you. Yes. I exalt you. Yes. I lift you up. I salute you. Yes. And it's also saying, I curse you. Yes. And I will bless you. I will bless them. Listen, I believe that. He's talking to Avram. He said, I will bless them that bless you. Is he not talking to Avram?
Yes.
He said, any man that bless you as a people, I will bless them. Signify the blessings in this nation or people that you that are Hebrew Israelites have ridiculed, cause you to be in bondage. Are they blessed? They own the land, the houses, the riches. They own the corporate structure. Yah says, any man and anyone that blesses the Sarah of Abraham, I will bless them. I don't care who he is. I don't care where he's from. He will bless that man. Anyone bless the seed of Abraham. I don't give a damn if he's a white man or a black man, an African man, a Hebrew man. Anyone that bless the house of Israel, Yah will bless that people and that house. And he says, I will curse. And anyone that curse you, I will curse them. You sorry, no good. Yes. You say that to the child of Israel, Yah's going to curse that one. Yes. Call you the N-word, Yah's going to curse that one. Yes. They're not going to bring forth the child to fall. They're going to abort and all of that. He said, I will curse any people that curse your Sarah. So I say, you guys here in this nation, show me what the blessing is. What do we look to? Do we look to the construct of Mr. Trump, Mr. Obama, and all before them and say that this nation is blessed? So what is the construct of the blessings of Yah? I want you to tell me that and show me that. I'll tell you the construct of the blessing of Yah. It's to love Him with a great fervent love. And then you love me. You love me. I love you like you love Him. And if you don't, you are a filthy liar. Does He endure with us?
Yes.
Does He tolerate us?
Yes.
You tell me I can endure and tolerate? I can, son. Yeah. My friend in the back, he came the other day and I began to weep. Not just for his honor from me. I know you all appreciate me. Some of you may not appreciate me. And I just began to weep because of the strength and the beauty of that man.
Yes.
I said, man, to do what you're doing is more than a man. I couldn't hold it back. I just could not. Your integrity with me all these years, my friend. And through all that, me talking and weeping, this is what I said, get home to your wife because she spoke to you. get home. His last words, I appreciate you so much because my appreciation for him is equal. You don't give a damn about no one. And this is the foundational, just like the two imprecation and the principles of this violent thing we call curse. There are two pillars of Yah's blessings. Loving him and loving each other. We have not learned love. Our parents did not teach us love. We learn a formation of feelings, but it ain't not love. It ain't not love. You can say what you want to. Do you believe that's, my friends? That Yah said, I will bless them that bless you, Abram, and I will curse them that curse you, and in you shall not some, but all the families. I could see if he said all the family, but he says families. That's plural. So if a man bless me of the Ethiopian, then Yah's going to bless that man. I don't care if he's from Russia or China. Yah's going to bless that man. When one bless the nation or the seed of Abraham, Yah cannot lie. He establishes in the beginning. He establishes in chapter 12 for us to understand that, and that is the 12 tribes of Israel. It is the perfect Torah of Yah. That's what it means and it implies. And the number 3 is one of great unity. There is witness there. So any man that bless the nation of Yah and bless his people, yes, I will bless him. When a man speak evil to you, I will curse that man. It makes no difference who he is. And all the families of the earth be blessed. The same beauty of this has resonated. I'm going to tell you where it is and read it. You write it down. Jubilees. Jubilees. When Abraham, Jubilees 12:23. This is when he destroyed the idols of Tyre. It says this, and this is what Yah says to Abraham. I will bless you, and I will make your name Gadol. I will make your name great. I will multiply your name. I will make it numerous. I will make it sound. I will make your name revered and feared. And you shall be blessed in the earth. Are we the seed of Abraham? Jubilees 12:33. Are we the Zerah of Abraham? Sure I ask. You shall be blessed in the Eretz, not the Olam, wherever you go. And in you, in Avram, in you shall all the families of the earth be blessed. And I will bless them that bless you, and I will curse them that curse you. So any man that curse me. If I sit there like a fool and speak cursings upon us today, may my nefesh be damned into hell. I say like the old folks would say, may your soul, may my soul be down into hell. And I don't apologize for that. I will bless them. That's why when you baruch and you barak, Yah says you bless him, I will bless you. You bless me, I will bless you. You bless me, he will bless you. I bless you, he will bless me. You bless me, he will bless you. I will bless you. That's why we can say Yabaraka, and we know that there's a violent thing in our life. We know we're not real. Because you don't know how to love. You don't know how to care. These are the first principles established. Why do you think he gave us 14 of these verses before he got to the 15th one? Why do you think he spoke 14 verses before he got to the curses? The number 14 has a profound implication. He said, this is your deliverance from every. 14 is the number of deliverance. And so he shows us here in these first 14 his great power of deliverance, because the blessings have been bestowed from the beginning. No man can curse us. And then he gives us this resolution. That's why I said to us, that Yah spoke to Abram to show him the blessing of Hamashiach. Let me show you what Yeshua says in Luke 1 verse, Luke chapter 6, verse 28. He says, I want you to bring them that those that imprecate evil upon you. You sour and no good son of a. I'm not saying things that I've not heard. And the imprecation upon me and the evil spoken to me, not by someone that is distant, by the one that said that I love you, by the one whose bosom I came out of, by the bosom of the one who rested, I rested in her loins and sucked her breast for strength. But he also commands me to honor Gadol, my Ima, my Avad, my Ima, so that my days will be long upon the land Yah gives unto me. Yes. My mother didn't teach me that honor, or Shuma had no father to teach me that. And that's why you daughters of Zion should teach them the honor and the beauty of their place, whether they're yours or not. That will make you do right by them. Then we are people that always complain. You don't complain about your own wicked ways. You always complain about someone else. You child of hell, I don't give a damn who you are. I never talked back to my mother. I did not. That's me. But the rest of it did. Yah has blessed me. I broke as they come. But I was happy. In Yeshua, He saved me. I was so happy. Yeshua made me free. Singing hallelujah as I go the way home. Hallelujah. Bless them that's in Katara'omai, that imprecate evil upon you, that say things that are evil. And he say, pray for them that despitefully use you. Those that come at you or get you in their own manner, their own way, don't even allow it to trouble you. I will never allow something to trouble me. Not when it comes to that. Why? Because the Torah commands me. As much as I have opportunity, I do right by every man. Not a hypocrite. And especially I'm going to do right by him. Especially the house of Israel. I'm going to do right. I'm going to do Sadiq by him. I'm going to honor him. What? He fought, so what? That was Scar. He's a man like I am. Not a little boy. You think he hasn't fussed over all these years? All right. And all them years of marriage, you think he hasn't fussed? All right then. This is a wicked generation. Yes. I don't want to be a part of it. Yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm going to deal with the first demonstration of the word curse, and it is expressed Allah, just like Allah, Allah Akbar, just like that, but it's A-W-L-A-W, L-A-A-L-L-A-H, but it is Allah. Now I want to show you what it means. I remember in the days of Christian theology when I was raised up, they would say, I adjure you. Well, they would say that not knowing what it meant. Can I read this? Yeah. My research, now this didn't come from the scholarship of men. This came from the bosom of Yahweh. From his jurisprudence. The words Allah is simply this: to put under oath. What kind of oath? That it is so strenuous, so difficult. You put someone on the oath, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. That you absorb and you take away the energy and the ability to think. No, when you finish that, you do, it's to put someone on the oath. I'll show you. It is to adjure. This is what adjure means in Yah's principle. It is to command earnestly with threats of penalty. That is Shabbat. Shabbat. If you don't do that, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat the hell out of you. You folks are crazy. Yes. You don't know who you're dealing with me. My mother would say that. I'm going to beat you. If you don't get that done, you're going to be sorry, sorry, sorry. That's how you talk to people. You don't talk to your child like that.
Yeah.
You don't do that. Get it done. They'll get it done. It is to threaten with a penalty, usually in the bad sense. I don't care if y'all says it, that's what it means. That's why we're going to understand this word curse, all right?
Yeah.
Hallelujah. And see what God says. I got all this year next year I'm going to be preaching in this line of thinking, all right?
Yes.
So you're not going to get it all at one time, but that's all right. Now I want to show you this word Allah in context in Torah, all right? You're with me. I'm going to show you what the word Allah, and I have 3 places so that there is unity of witness when I finish, all right? I will begin here in 1 Samuel 14:24. I'm going to announce the verse, and I'm going to move on, all right? 1 Samuel 14:24. This is when Shaul, he said to his people, because of the great battle and the great tenacity of fighting and the restlessness of his nefesh, he said, I don't want you to even eat. Look what he says here. And the men of Israel, they were nagas. They were stressed. They were distressed. It's almost like, my friend, we were working out there the other day, getting the wall over. Man brings the stuff we rejected. And I said to the imam, send us how many popsicles you want, how many you want, and we sit down. And I said, no! Don't even drink no water. We sat there for an hour eating popsicles and me preaching. This is what this man did. They were under Nagas, like a taskmaster. He oppressed them and suppressed them that day. For Shaul had adjured Allah. He said, you better swear, I will kill you all. That's what he said. That's what the word adjure means. Now, I remember in the days, quote, they was out, adjure you devil in the name of Jesus Christ, unquote. They didn't even know what they were saying. They didn't even know what the word implied, but that's what Allah is. You see how that this is what a curse is?
Yes.
This is what it is. If I say that to us, no, but come on, brother, you don't need no water. Swear to me you're not going to even drink a drop of water until we get it done. That's cold. It's almost like a parent putting a child under the duress, and no one put her under, or put him under, or put them under. I will never do children like that. That's why they love me. I watch the transformation. And my daughter loves me. Can I sit with you? Sure you can. She says to her daughter the other day, now you're supposed to be sitting with us, but you're sitting back here with Vita. But that's all right, you can sit. But you know when we sit together, we sit together. She just knows that. I see the transformation, not because some violent contempt. You do right. You learn to do right.
Yeah.
You watch others. You don't have to drive something in someone. But that's what he did. He said, I adjure you. I curse you all. I curse you. In essence, you're not going to get that. I will knock you out. Well, I say talk like that, but I know what I'm saying, all right? See, we say things we think we know, we don't even know what we're saying. You understand? He said, and for Shaul adjured the people, saying, he used the word ara. He used the word ara, curse, bitterly. I curse you. I say it out of my mouth. You're not worth a damn. If you eat anything or drink any water before we finish this battle, you're not worth a damn. He said, and he cursed be the man that eats any food, that eats any food, that eats any food until evening, that I may avenge on my enemies. So none of the people taste any food. They were naga. We go into the gardener's heart. pick up some popsicles at all. You know Gatorade too. Water sometimes doesn't hit it. That's what he did. And so we'll put, in essence, we'll put a brutal thing on one. And ye don't even apply that same violent thing to your life. And you go and nibble on something. Your man, Yisrael is beyond the ability to recuperate. And you said, damn you all, and they have given you all as evil. No, it's no dust falling out of the heavens. God did not just say, I curse you. He said, these are your blessings. And these other things will happen. Show me where you're diligent. Even Yeshua fulfills that diligence for us.
Yes.
That's why we can do it all through him.
Hallelujah.
We have no power to not to lie.
Hallelujah.
Treat each other right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do right by each other.
Hallelujah.
Come on, nation. That's what. Turn quickly to Hosea chapter 4 verse 2. Now we're talking about the words Allah. Allah. This is what the prophet says. When Yah says, I want you to tell my people that there's a judgment coming against them for your sins, for your corruption. Look what the prophet swears. Look what he says to us. He said, this is our problem. By swearing, we are Jew, we are Allah. And we will swear, I swear, I'm telling the truth, and you know you're lying. You know you're lying. He said, by swearing, by this cursed thing in their lungs, in their mouth, by their Allah, by them adjuring, by them even speaking the curse on them, by swearing and lying, telling a wicked lie, telling a violent lie, and murdering. You hate, you hold. Murdering is not just putting the gun to someone's head.
Yes.
Your shoe is a light of that. Yeah. You that hate your brother Sonnet or your sister without a cause, you are a murderer. You hate me. You have no enterprising with me. You can't talk to me. Hell, you treat him different than you treat me. You treat her different. You are evil. You're wicked. You are sadistic. I don't give a damn who you are. You treat them all the same. In my home, that one was treated different and that one is wrong. Every now and then it's time to change up. You get the short fly. No, I got the back every time. I got the chicken back, but that's all right. I didn't starve. And I like that piece of the chicken better than any piece. I like the back. My mother would fry them ribs and be crunchy. You eat the bones at all. And that neck, that was not one vertebrae, that was not civet, and every drop of meat was taken out. I didn't eat the windpipe. But every piece of meat there, I took advantage. By stealing and committing every kind of spiritual fallacy that is, you play with you play with God, you play with sin, and you try to play with Yah. They break out. You don't give a damn about each other. Bloodshed upon bloodshed. You will lie against you, you will lie against me, I will lie against you, you will lie against him, he will lie against her. We lie against each other. You're evil. You don't die that way. That's a fact. Yes. When a man is constantly reproved, you daughters as well, you continue to harden your heart. Destruction is coming upon your wicked self, and that is without warning. You're going to die, fool. Yes. That's right. We must be quick to hear, shut your wicked mouth.
Yeah.
Can I go further?
Yes.
That's what the Nomi Hoshir said. The Yah says, grab that whore, because we are a whore people. We go away from Yah's commands, we're committing whoredom. And we do it every day in our life. We do it every day in our lives. We're so self-righteous that we're righteous. and we stink like a pile of hog down. And that's a fact. You don't believe me? And sometimes I get up in the morning because I don't use deodorant. I'll use deodorant on the Shabbat. Even when I work in that time that I take a bath and I get up in the morning, I say, what is that? You've done nothing but slept. You get up, you stink. And we are stinking people. I'm so glad of the dam of the water, that living well that we can go bathe. We don't have to wait until the Shabbat, like the Kohan, and make sure the basin of the tubs, we wash them. We can wash all day long. We can wash in the dam of Yeshua HaMashiach. You understand that? Hallelujah. Look in chapter 10 of Hosea, 2 verses I want to read. Verse 3 and verse 4. Hallelujah. Look what he says here. This is because of our idolatry and because of our sins. He says, for now they shall say, we have no king and no leader. We have no one to teach us. We have no milah. That's what it says, doesn't it? Yeah. Because we fear Yahweh with great fear. Because we what? We what? You fear Yah? Be careful how we answer. I told us what fearing of Yah is. What things you hate. Do you hate that about you? Your forward mouth? Your evil ways? Your lying tongue? He says, because this is us talking. We don't fear Yah. What then shall a melech do for us? We don't need no one to teach us. We don't need no king. I know everything. I got it all under control. That's what they were saying. That's what we as a nation say. You don't need nobody. That's a lie. That's a lie. Baby can't teach himself how to log. We are some stupid, silly people. We don't need a king. Then what shall a melech do for us? They spoke words. This is what they said to Yah. And they began to swear, oh Allah. You have never done that. I was taught one principle when I met Evangelist Hartsfield. Don't vow unless you're going to keep it. Don't ever say anything. Vow not a vow. Well, I didn't know nothing about that. So I got my concordance out. I looked at every scripture that was voweth, and I went through it. I said, I found what he was saying. That's the kind of student I've always been. They have spoken words, a lie. You curse falsely or shall. Your words and your curses are so empty. This is how we correspond with Yah and with each other. In making a covenant, your covenant that you make with one that is of your equal, that is doing the same thing, your covenant means nothing. It has no value. It has no strength. And it has no purpose at all. Look at what your covenant is like. Look what it's like now. That's all right. Someone check the question. Don't worry about it. This is what your covenant is like. Let us read a little further. There's a colon there, isn't it? Yeah. He says, this judgment, Yah says it's going to spring up as himlach, as urush, a bitter, vile, venomous gall. What is in Ben-Hur? He says to the wife, what was her name? Or what is her name? Talk to me. Iris. He says, Iris. What is that time in us and not in those words? He said, just put himlach. Make my death without pains or anything. He said, make sure you give me some himlach. That's what you're doing. He says that your judgment spring up as himlach. You don't judge you in essence. You're drinking himlach. This bitter gall, you're drinking that because you judge me different than I judge you. I judge me with ease because I'm self-righteous, I'm right. And you don't even know you're juring, you're Allah. You are bringing a curse upon you and anyone else that received the volume of your vows and what you speak. Iris, let it be with hemlock. He says, not only is it hemlock, but it's in the furrows of your field. Everything you plant in your heart and the furrow of your heart, it is nothing but the poison of hemlock. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Is it sound?
Yeah.
It is. He says it's going to be nothing but like hemlock. Every zero seed you sow is the seed of hemlock. You're not sowing the zero of the seed of love. You're not sowing the zera of ahava. You're not sowing the zera of emuna. You're not sowing that of kindness and meekness. You're not sowing the zera of gentleness. You're not. You're sowing Allah. You're a Jew. You command more of me than you command of yourself. You command this one to go to the extreme, but you will not go to the extreme. You command more of him, and I'm going to sit on my duff all day. You might as well love me. You're going to have to. Well, that's tough. Oh, only if you are a transgressor of Torah. The way of a transgressor is always hard. You lie, you defile. When you fish, willingly disobey the Torah, you're going to always try to hide your buttocks. All right? You're going to try to hide your wickedness and your cursed ways by pretending you're kind and you're nice and you like everybody. Liar.
Hallelujah.
I'm straight up. I'm honest with us. I don't hide nothing. I don't hide a dollar bill. I don't hide a nickel. That's fact. I'm not that way. He says it's going to be just like hemlock. And your rows will not be corn, but it's going to be furrows of hemlock. That's why we can't just extricate one another or imprecate, speaking evil and saying things in our hearts, and you know it's in you, and you're not honest enough to tell one. You're not honest enough and forthright to tell, all right? We want to go, that's number one, all right? I want to go here to the second one. And the number two in Yah's Torah, that's why he laid things out the way he does. The word is ara. Ara. A-W-R-A-R. It's ara. Ara. It's a union that, to the second one I'm giving us, it should create union among us. There should be a unified people. And we should always say, I'm going in line, okay? I'm showing you what each one I'm doing. One, I did one, right? This is number two. And so this should solidify us and bring us all into the perfect oneness of his imuna. And the only way we're going to get there is through achava, all right? And not only does the number two means that, but it means a true witness. There's a true witness in one's life. So when one comes to you speaking honestly, you will know that the witness is true. If you got that a lie in you, you will know that they are just like you, and you will bow their lies. But let's go to Ara. This is one of the most prominent forms in Torah, all right? You all get to bed at night. Get your rest, all right? Get up in the morning and eat your breakfast and stay awake in your house. You couldn't go to the job that way, all right? It's cool in here, so you all rest, refresh yourself. And you get sleepy, go back there and stand up, all right? I'll see you. Just do that, all right? Because once you get that way lethargic like that, you can't hear, you don't hear a thing, and you don't know a thing, all right? So that's what you do, all right? You might as well love, hallelujah. Let me deal with this word, ara. Ara is to extricate. When Yah says, I ara, this is what he's saying. I detest you utterly. That kind of a curse is I hate you. I detest you. Abhor. I don't want to be around you because everything you do is abominable. So I curse you. I don't want to. I speak cursings against you. Now I want to show you how this word ara is used in Torah, all right? I want to show you, all right? Let us begin in Tehillim. Tehillim. Psalms 119. And verse 21, this is David speaking. He speaks on the delight of his experience with Yah. This is what he said. Just one verse. 119 and verse 21. He says to Yah, you have rebuked the Zayed. Those that are arrogant, pompous, they are insolent and they are presumptuous. You can tell them what is arrogant or presumptuous. They talk in a way to let you know that this is the way it is. They're arrogant and they're pompous. The Torah calls them Zayed. And they know. And there's not an answer you ask them for. They don't have the answer. That's sad. That's pitiful. He said, you have rebuked the proud that are abominable. It says he has rebuked the proud. He has rebuked those that are pride and full of pride and that are cursed. And he says here, which do shaga, they err, they go astray, they stray from your mizmut. He rebuked them.
Yes.
He rebukes us.
Yes.
If we are cursed, he rebukes us. Is this not the cry of David here?
Yes.
Is this not the cry of David?
Yes.
Can I read it again?
Yes.
One more time. The Melech says, you have rebuked the Zayed. We are prideful and arrogant that are cursed. They are ara. They are cursed. They are extricated. They are, it's well to speak evil of them. And then there's a comment, isn't it?
Yes.
So that lets me know there's another independent clause. And Yah says, which do. They shacha, they err. They go astray. Who hasn't gone astray? Who hasn't gone their way? You don't make that a pattern of life. He says, which go astray from your mitzvot, from the commands of Yah. So he rebukes that one. He corrects us when we go astray. When we walk, that's what the first 14 verses are for. That he will let us know, I'm going to bust your head. I'm going to put a stick on your buttocks. I'm going to beat that hell out of you. So he corrects us. Whom Yah loveth, whom Yahshua died for, he must serve. He rebuked, he corrects. So we are the elect of Yah. We are Yisrael. He loves us. He's going to correct us. He makes himself known by judgments upon us. He gives us the platform and the prerequisite of all of his great blessings. He says, I'm going to bust your heart. When you move away, when you err, I'm going to bust. I'm going to let someone else bust you, Sunday. I will raise up a nation to crack your wicked head. I will raise up a strong mind to show you you're evil and sadistic. So that's why he gives us a melech, a simple messenger that will teach us the unadulterated truth so plain, so straightforward. There's nothing I need to add to it. You understand? Oh, we're cursed. No, you silly little boy. That's the first thing many people say. Well, we under the curse. Maybe you can live in the ghettos. I'm not going to live in the ghettos. And I wouldn't live in a $500,000 house like that. I will not live in a $1 million house because I can take $1 million and bring the family of Israel together and we can live together. You understand? I'm not going to stay in the ghettos. I'm not going to stay serenading faggots all around me in some of these cities. I'm not going to stay like that, all right? You're the one that's cursed because you have cursed yourself. You have a ra. You have cursed yourself. But when I err from the Torah, Yah corrects me. He straightens me out. He brings me back into the pathway plainly. That's what he does. How can we be a blessing? He didn't say you could be or in the kingdom. No, he said we're going to be a blessing. The families, the nations of the earth.
Yes.
That's what we are, man.
We are.
We are a blessing to every nation. There's a sound that should go up to the Most High, and every nation praying to their gods his kindness will be shared upon the nations.
Yeah.
But come on in, I'll feed you, man. But you're not my kinsman. That's all right. I like you. It's just something about you. You bless. Y'all see that? He's going to bless you.
Yeah.
We got this land here from Mr. Clark. He got this land from a white woman. And he said these were her words. Quote, I know and I believe if I do right by them black folks, I believe when I see God, he'll do right by me. Unquote. So Mr. Clark held this land. All those years, nothing here. In escrow for us nation.
Yeah.
Broke with no money. Yah bless us to get it. You understand?
Yeah.
Yah said, I will bless them that bless the nation, the people, strangers of Israel, and you don't even know if they're the true nation. I despise the lies that these Hebrew Israelites are teaching and getting on the corner because they know the people are ignorant. They arouse them with stupidity. I'm getting old now, so I got to teach it, all right?
Yeah.
And so that's all they say, we're cursed, we're cursed, we're cursed. I'm not living in the ghettos. I live out here in a brush arbor with my wife in the woods.
Yeah.
I say living in no ghettos. I'm not worried about the state because what is since the humankind, they'll move away from me. But when they go bang, 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 and you got bars on your window, and when the fire starts, you get burned up with your babies, I'm not living like that.
Yeah.
I'm not living like that. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Let me move quickly. This is the words of Allah. I'm putting it in its proper place. Let me show you another one, Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 9. This is so sound here. Yah says, you are a rod with a curse. He calls this curse, and we will touch on this one as well. He calls this Me'ara. It's a derivative of the word Arad. He said, and you are cursed with a curse. Go on there, for you have robbed me, even this whole nation. You don't see the Berakah, the blessing. You have not brought your tithes and offerings, the gifts that I commanded you to bring. And that's why you find many of these supposedly Hebrew Israelites, they pay all kinds of dues. But no tithes and offerings. They pay priest dues and all of that. But Yah said, you robbed me. You have not brought unto the house of Israel so that there will be sufficient. When a stranger comes, that there will be food in the house. There will be the wherewithal when one falls under the great agony of pain. These whole houses today, they will not assist and help. They go back and look at your tithing and gift sheets, and you have given enough. They're going to give you proportionally as you've given. That's wrong. It's not right. We're our nation. We have robbed him of what? We don't love him. We don't honor Yeshua HaMashiach. We don't bring the offerings of glad tiding and sing it and rejoicing it.
Yeah.
The Torah said was a curse unto any man. You didn't do what it said. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Son's been hard-headed. Take that dirty bastard down, and the elders in place, they will bust that bastard's head open.
Yes.
That's the way it was.
Yes.
Yeshua came to bring us the wisdom and the light of the Torah and show us the power of his strength in a body. You can say what you want to. I'm going to deal with you dirty dogs on that one as well. He was not born of Haruach HaKodash. They don't even know what they're saying, but that's another teaching. I'll get it for you. 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
I got pages upon pages for that teaching. To give it to some of you all, give you one and let you teach it for me. How about that? One more. This is what Ara, this curse. Yah says here in Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 10. Look what it says now, which all it is. He reproves us for our disobedience. We've never been disobedient, have we? I'm the first one in line, okay? But look what the Nabi says, the prophet. He says, Ara, curse. Jeremiah 48:10. Curse be he that does the work of Yah, Urimiyah. So curse be the man that does the work of Yah deceitfully. You pretend you're something you know you're not. You're pretending you love me, you know you're lying. You're pretending you're doing right, you know you're wrong. You're pretending you love this one, that one the same as you love this one, that one, and that one you are damn. No, yeah. So we're doing the works of Yah. We're forming a work or an asa, and we know it's deceitfully. He said, cursed be he that does the work of Yah deceitfully. You know you're not real. You know you're not genuine. You know you're false. You know your love is not scattered across the board evenly. You got love for this one and those that one, but your love for this one and those are tempered. That's wrong.
Yes.
That's wrong. You can't get brought that way.
Yeah.
The little baby tells me at times, the little baby says, Papi, there go your favorite woman. Look at her, she's looking at you. Tiffy. I said, you're my favorite. And all the daughters, and all the children. See, that's your favorite one? Look at her. Well, tell me who don't favorite babies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand up and hold no baby the whole time singing. No baby. That's a fact. You can. I will not. So she would tell me that's, look at your favorite one. That's all right. Look at her. You want to go get her? No. And 99% of the time I get it because she really wants it. So I call one of them to get her. Who is y'all's favorite person? We're his favorite people.
Yeah.
He set us high above all nations. His house. And they're scattered to every extreme he puts. They're in every country, every nation, every skin hue, every kind of hair. He scattered his nation. And you're not going to identify them by one's hue or the range of one's skin color. That's why I asked the people last week. I asked them on the cassette, that when on the, not cassette, but on the Yisrael El Joseph. If I come from the lineage of my master's power to purchase my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmammy, he put 15 sons in it, and I'm one of the sons of one of those 15 sons. What am I? What am I? If I'm one of the sons of one of those 15 sons that the white man you call Esau, that put in my great-great-great-great-grandmammy, what am I? And you will not know that unless I tell you that. You will not know that unless I tell you that. So what am I? When I look at you, you're lighter than me somewhere. That was some cream skin complexion. He messed with your complexion. I don't care if you're blacker than dark. It doesn't mean any difference. This is the stupid, self-righteous concept that they're laying out to the people. We're the Hebrew Israelites, and we are the ones that are blessed. Well, then show me your blessings. What constitutes your blessings? Yes. What constitutes your blessings? Yes. Tell me. Where are the riches of your blessings? Where's the power of your love? It begins there. Yes. Yeah. This is one of the stupidest generations I've seen. And these are ignorant ones spreading their ignorance. And they all say the same thing. You have never heard this talk. You have never heard this talk. You have never heard this talk. You have never heard it taught. Fact of the matter.
Hallelujah.
This is the word of the curse Ara. He that does the work of Yah deceitfully. You pretending. You pretend you love her. You pretend you love him. You pretend you care. Comma, because there's another independent statement. And cause and curse curse me he that keep back the sword from blood. What does that mean? Kill someone? No. I'm cursed. That means that I deal treacherously and evil. If I know that there is sin and corruption and I don't address it, because he gives $300 a month, or she gives $500. I got one out that gives a whole lot more, or this one gives $600, or this one gives $800, and I'm afraid because of the funds of the intimidation that I won't touch the sands. I'm more evil than the one that thinking that they can give me $100 a month, and that's going to satisfy me. Curse be, be the one that keeps back the sword. His word is sharp and powerful, isn't it?
Yes.
Now hold back the word because you think you're going to offend someone. You don't want someone to be offended. You don't want someone to be upset with you. I don't care if you get upset with me. Yeah. It makes me no different. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't bother me. I would do the same way by you every time. I don't care if you're offended with me. I don't care if you get upset with me. I don't care if you don't like me. I will do the same thing every time. I'm not going to do you wrong, because I got a master that I must stand before. And not only that, he's not going to wait until I stand before him to adjudicate it. He's going to get me right here. He's going to make sure that thing is resolved here, or I'm going to die in that evil trove of wickedness in my mind. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Curse me. Curse me. Now I want to show you, I gave us, as I said, that was the second form of the word curse. So even in all of that, yes, it's all, he's showing us in all of that. Although these things that we have not been complicit with or walked in that order with that, he is saying to you that you have more than 2 verses that witness. And then this is a true witness to you all. That's what he is saying to us. And so the third one I want to demonstrate its functions, it is called Barach. Ya Barucha. Or Ya Barach, my friend. Barach. We say that often around here, don't we? But do you have any kind of ought in your heart against the one? You saying that too? You're evil? This is a fact of the matter. So why? I didn't organize them to be this way. I went down the list and numbered them after days and hours studying the Torah. Every way the word curses in Torah, every formation of his meaning, I've searched them all. I've got 200 pages just on this teaching already. And I was saying to my friend back there, I said, you wouldn't even know how to look at it. I know how to look at it, but you will never know. I give you all these pages. You will never figure it out. The word is Barak. The word Barak is this: to kneel before, salutations of blessing, to bless, to be blessed. And it also means this: to curse, to blaspheme, to congratulate, and to bless. It has those connotations as well, nation. It has. And I'm going to show you the same form of that in Torah, when one Barak. But I want to show us on this third one, that when we learn of this truth, and when we be willing to obey, we will incorporate that completeness of Yah's truth in our hearts and in our minds, Yisrael. And then not only that, but it will bring the perfection of obedience unto him. Let's go quickly to Tehillim. David speaks here of the blasphemy. Psalm 74:10, that we says, "O Yah, how long shall the adversary, Hasatan, that mind, that thinking, that spirit, reproach? How long shall it reproach me?" And then he says, shall the enemy not your name continuously? Now let me show you how that applies in Barak. That this is what Na'atz means. It is the same principle principle, same word as Barak. When you do things in contempt, you know you're not real. When you know you despise me, and you come to me and say, Ya Barak, and you know what you're saying in your heart, it also means to spurn. You walk around me. You get away from me. You don't want to be around the Akim. You don't want to be around the daughters of Zion. You don't want to be around the house of Israel, but you love the wicked now. You love around the wicked. You understand what I'm saying? When you spurn me with contempt, we get real nation. We got to know. We have to have teachers to teach us. And meant to show us not just by the final words. We got to live this. You got to live this truth. And wouldn't it be different if I was a hypocrite and I'm doing things that are hypocritical and I'm coming here talking like this? You're not going to receive that. But you can't charge me with that. You can't charge me with stealing. You can't charge me with a violent contempt or reproach against God's people. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't charge me with that. You can charge me with being weak. How about that? But you can't charge me with despising God's people or hating them. You can't charge me with that. You can charge me with ignorance, but you can't charge me with arrogance. You can't charge me with that. I'll be ignorant. I'll be selfish. Because God calls me that. But you can cause and charge me with being arrogant and prideful. You can't do that. You can't charge me with thinking he's better than someone. When I work, I may get mad, but I don't sin. Come on, let's go sit down, man. Matt! Come on! I talk like that, don't I? All right, let's sit down and take a break, man. Come on, it's hot out here. There's some popsicles. That's right. You can be angry, but you don't have to sin.
Yes.
You can be angry, but you don't sin.
Hallelujah.
You can get angry with me, but don't sin. Don't do that. I like you too much. I really, really like you. But don't go that way with me. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Can I show you another example? We blaspheme the name of Naats. You tell me you never, we are people that never spawn. What? You see me coming, you go the other way. You never done that. You delay things because you don't want to be around me and I don't want to see you. I'm doing this to you, I don't want to see you. So you're spawning me. You wait till the last minute because you're this and that, because you don't want to be in the company of the daughters of Zion. That's evil.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. And if you do it, you're doing that, you're evil. I don't care who you are, you perform that way, you're evil. That's a curse. And it's not a curse upon me, it's a curse in your mind. It's a curse in your mind. I never would time. I'm always doing something. Believe me, you all. I'm always doing something. I cooked yesterday, I said, baby, that floor is hard over there. She said, oh no, we got tile on our floor. I said, I'm going to give you some bags for me because this is... Our friends gave an offering last week, so I said, I'm going to go buy some organic chickens and we're going to do something different this week. But don't forget that Akeem loved the pasta. Well, why not have some wraps with chicken? I cooked a wonderful, my friend Young said it tastes wonderful. No sodium or anything like that. I've got spices and wonderful spices. One of the hunters around here brought me some duck. Ah, that's unclean, you silly little boy. People are silly. Yah even talks about the swan. They talk about that's in the same family. That's bogus. It's a lie. One writes me today, made a comment, don't you know that chickens eat human dung? Well, if you put it up there for them to eat it, they eat it. So will a bass. Throw some human doo-doo in there. So will a bread. We can eat it, can't we? A bass fish will eat human waste. A brim will eat human waste. And years ago down here, I don't know if they're still doing it. Listen to me, people. They had those kilns, especially the farmers that had turkey and chicken houses. They would heat up that and kill every bacteria, and the cows loved that turkey doo-doo. They will eat it out. They will eat it up. That's the same cow meat you go to the store and buy. And then they will send them and they will sell them by the tens of thousands of dollars, massive trucks. And they would take them in the kilns out there or to the ranches out there in Colorado and South and North Dakota and just feed them feed. You never see another blade of grass from that. But that's what they do here. And they were doing that. And don't be so arrogant. Your wheat, bread, and all that, you think that these farmers are not trying to save money? And the bread and all of that, they take all this wheat that is grown here, all of the soybean that's grown in this area. I know for a fact, wheat, soybean, and corn. Well, I don't eat it, but my baby boy, you buy stuff with corn syrup in it. Let's get real now. These men called the Cox brothers. You can't even buy human waste within 200 miles around here. They take it all. And what do they do? You travel 601 at a time, you smell that smell? That's human boo-boo, all right? That's human boo-boo. So what do you think that the waste facilities do with that mess? Dig a hole for it? This is how stupid people are. Yes. So he posts, chickens eat human waste. Sure they will. Scratch down in there, find that piece of bread, maybe get that worm that was in you. And so does that. You can go to any pond and throw some of that human stuff out there, and the bass will tear it up, and the bluegill will tear it up, and someone goes and catches it with a hook and they're fried up. How about that? This is how stupid this generation is. They think they are smart, they know everything, and they have no dealing with the nature of growth of life. You go right down to that pond and throw some human waste in there. You'll find fish coming to that quicker than a bait. And that's a fact. You don't believe me? Try it. So we're so self-righteous. We're so pure in our own eyes. We're filthy and vile. That's right, amen. Hallelujah. 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 Last word here on this, on the words barach. Hallelujah. No, let me move this quickly. In Numbers 14:11, I didn't read that. I'm going to try to get half of these, and I'm going to rest after this week. And when I come back, I get the other half. Numbers 14:11, this is Yah threatening or speaking to us to get our acts together. And Yah said to Moshe, how long will this people curse? Na'ah, barach. They bless me. How long will they provoke me? How long will it be that they err, that they believe me, for all the signs which I have shown them and I brought among them? How long will this people, how long will they curse me? I've shown them so many signs and wonders and evidence. Look at all I've done for them. How long will they continue to around me? Na'at. It is to spawn, to say I'm of no value. That's what we do. That's what Ara is. We have contempt for one. We spurn them. We don't want to be in that fellowship. We don't want to share our love with them. Come on, nation. That's not right. It's wrong. And the last one quickly. Yeshaya, Isaiah. Isaiah 1 and 4. This is us. This is me. He talks about a sinful nation. He identifies each component of us. Isaiah 1, 4. First of all, we're a sinful nation. We are a people that is covered and feel laden with iniquity, Ovan. We are a seed of evildoers. We are children that are corruptness. We corrupt ourselves and our children. Why? Because we're forsaken Yah. We're forsaken Yah. And then look what he says. They have na'at, they have provoked, they have arat, they have cursed me, they have cursed the Kadosh one of Israel, to anger, to curse them, na'at, to have contempt for them. They are all going achad, they've all gone backwards. So you got to know how to define words and see. That's why I say to us, you can purchase a lexicon with the Hebrew and Greek. And you will see every word in Torah, and then you can go to that and see words whereby they have the same meaning, but express another word. The words na'at is expressed in the same definitive of the words arah. Arah. It's the same thing. And arah is the elements of one barach. When you don't speak it with honesty and with truth. When you say, I love you, you know you hate. Oh, I love you, baby. And then you roll over and say, I despise this devil. I can't wait to get away from him. That's evil. There's something evil working in you. Can I say this to all you daughters of Zion? You gotta listen to me. I will never leave my wife. Never.
Yeah.
When she does something, she's never doing anything wrong. She got someone to love her. No one else gonna love her like me.
Yeah.
I will never do her harm. I will never speak ill to a woman. Be quiet. That's enough. I will never speak to her inappropriately. You know, last night she called me ugly. So I started making faces. She'll say something. I wasn't sure how ugly. I started doing that. Don't laugh at me, son. I will hurt you, okay? So that's what I started doing. They think I know I was gold. I was gold out. I went to bed. That's what I did. You are so ugly. So am I ugly? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for doing it. No, look at you. That's your ugly face. That was around 8:30. I didn't even rain last night. All right.
Yeah.
I want to try to get through 7 of these. It's getting late. The fourth word that identifies curses or curse, it is called za'am. This is the fourth one. And so this one, the number 4 is creation. So this ought to create a new heart and a new mind. You understand? I'm going to turn the numbers in and what the emphasis of this teaching, what it's all about. I want to show you what za'am is. Can I tell you what it means? From verse 15 down, Yah is expression, is za'am with us. Za'am is this. Listen to what it means, please. It is to express indignation in speech. How many of y'all have ever done that? You show your anger, you show your resentment in speech. This is what y'all saying.
Yes.
You don't realize what you got with me? Well, I know you have maids and heir. I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to whip your backside. I'm going to whip your fanny. Repent and get back. Because we have not fulfilled this diligently at all. He knew that Yeshua would make up all that we need. That's why we should barak Yah for his son Yeshua. The living power of that truth. You understand? So the word za'am, say C-A-A-M, za'am, it is to express one's indignation. In speech, it is to denounce. I don't want to be around you. No, I want to be around you. Because there's out there I can't do without you. Come on, man. You messed up. Let's get it done. Come on, let's straighten up this one. That's where I am, daughters. That's just the way I am. You do that all the time? No, but I do it. But za'am is to express indignation in speech, to denounce with a curse. Girl, if you don't do that, I will bust you. I don't do that. Talk to the child like that. She'll tell me about her. Your age, you did the same. No. So anytime I talk to her, she's going to cry. She gets over on me. We never get over on y'all, do we? All right. So maybe they're worth it. Fleas on the porch. One got on, she. I know you don't understand that, but that's all right. But this is here. I want to show you what it implies in Deuteronomy. The curses. This is the preference and the prerequisites. The blessings. Yeah. And he is saying to us, you are so stupid. You about that instead of that. That's all y'all saying. He's reminding us. Yes. That's a fact. Look what he says here in wisdom. Look at the wisdom of Shlomo here in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 14. This is the example of the curse or za'at. All right? I want to show you this. It says, the mouth of a strange woman, it is a deep pit. You understand? This religious vibe, you come up in the religious arena. It says this. He that is abhorred, that is a zah. He that is hated or za'am of Yah shall fall therein. That's what it says. Yes. That's what the word za'am means. That Yah expresses indignation, he curses, he gives you unto that violent, evil, reprehensible way. And we see that among many that call themselves Hebrew Israelites. When they call on Allah, they don't, we don't give honor unto his name, then Yah said, we'll curse. Curse me, all of us that give not honor unto his name. You calling on Jesus? This little effeminate, faggot-looking thing. I'm going to stop saying that.
Hallelujah.
That's what it said. That's za'at. That is the curse. Well, that is when walking. Again, he says, the mouth of this strange woman, she allures, she draws those without wisdom. They don't have wisdom. So her filth, the mouth of a strange woman, it is a deep pit. It is like the pit of hell. It has no bottom. And when a man falls into that, there's a colon there, isn't it? So there's a clause that he wants us to understand this religious spirit. And then he tells us, we that abhorreth, or we that are despised, or we that Yah spawns, he that is abhorrent of Yah shall go into that. If Yah hates you, he loves his people. Yeah. You on the street corners, you will tell the people, Yah loves you. He's not going to give you over unto the mouth of a whore, of that strange spirit. You all don't see the duplicity of this kind of concept in the teaching. You don't see the stupidity of it. You call them the N-word and say, my brother. That's crazy to me. Who is my brother, sister, my mother, father? That shemach here, the word of God do his will. That's who my relationship is. He didn't talk about my nephews or nieces. He talks about my brothers and sisters. That's what he talks about. Yes. So when Yah sees a man or anyone that he hates, he calls them to fall into the mouth of that whore. So then I go back in the prerequisites. What is the blessing of Yah? Who's blessed? If you say you're the Hebrew Israelites, if you're cursed, show me the example of blessing. I've never heard one. I don't listen to them. But I have never seen one. The only thing that is pontificated and talked over and over is that you're cursed. you're cursed. Your name shall become, it's going to be synonymous with, with no meaning or anything like that. Show me one name in the world. Show me one word that you know, German or Russian. In the name of a country, show me what the word means. Show me that. I'm a student of things. I'll search out the nations. I'll search out the countries. I'll search out the meaning. How did it rhyme? How did this word Russian? How did this word America? All of that come about. I don't care whether it's in Zimbabwe, Madagascar. How have these words evolved? I've searched them all. I did this many, many years ago. They have no history. They have no history. Just like the word C-U-R-S-E, curse, in our vernacular, it only began to garner the history in 1885. And so everybody, when you hear that, you think there's some dust falling out, some voodoo dust. God doesn't work with no divination and voodooism. He just told us you're wrong. I'm going to bust your butt. I'm going to bust it. I'm going to put the rod on him. I'm going to rod you until I get you right. He said, and this is what he's doing because he tells us the same thing. That parents, you correct your children. You don't spare them. And you don't spare the rod. You don't spare them because of their crime. And God doesn't spare us because of our crime. He put that rod on our buttocks. Yes. As Granny would say, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. That's what he does. He puts it on us. He skins that butt. And he's not playing. He loves his nation. That's just a fact. Yeah. Can I show you another one? Hallelujah. Proverbs 24:24. I want to show you one that you never think that you're speaking curse upon someone. Can I read that one? Proverbs 24:24.
Yes.
He that says to the wicked, you're all right, it's all right, that he's righteous, him shall the people nachah. You should pierce that one. You should tell them you're a liar, he's not all right, he's not right with you. Him shall the ones, and he used the word curse, doesn't he? Yeah. But this is a different expression. He used the words nachah. It is to pierce. It's to bore through. You should bore through one's heart with the sword. He that says to the wicked, you are righteous. Him shall the people curse, and nations shall abhor. Or the word zaham. We as a nation should curse them. You know you're lying. Your son and daughter, they're wicked. I'm not going to bring my nieces and nephews here that I know that are wicked. I wouldn't bring a faggot daddy here and put him before my young sons and say he's all right. I'm not bringing a bulldagger Afra here, call herself married to someone and say she's welcome here and she's sorry. No, you will go to hell on that one. Yeah. You will go to hell with that one. I'm not going to serenade them. You're all right. She's not. She isn't. She's a dirty damn dog. You tired, you devils. I won't do it. I won't do it. And I will not do it. As long as I'm alive, I know it's not going to be done. And if I'm gone, it's not going to be done. Let me say that again. I want to read this. When I say to someone that is wicked, rasha, guilty of every kind of sin, don't give a damn about you. You say they're nice and this is righteous. I do for you righteously. Yes, sis. You say to that one, you're righteous, you're Sadiq, you have the person of God. He said, him shall the people curse. If I did that, bring that. This is my little nephew, sweet boy. Come on, boy, give me a hug. You always should say, go to hell. You pull your money together, and kick me off. Don't give me nothing. Don't give me a damn nickel. You understand what I'm saying? See, we take, people don't see, they just read. That's how we do read. We don't study. That's what it says. I want to read it again, okay? Yeah. He that says to the wicked, the Rishah, the Rasha, those that are violent, you are righteous. Well, I don't judge him. That's you say it this way. Well, I don't judge him, but I leave that to God. You hypocrite. Yeah. You fearful pig. I judge everybody. Yeah. I judge me. Yeah. I'm not fear of judgment. I don't have no fear. You're judging me. I want you to judge me. You know, man, in basketball, he goes through the same repetition over and over. Man watches his jump shot. No, you got to keep the elbow tight. No. See, you doing like that. You should just let the wrist fall. And they do that every single day, don't they? All day long for hours, they do that. Everything in life, you got to do that. It's repetition. It's repetition. But when we say to the wicked, I say to Daddy and Afra, and they have wanted to come here. And I say, no, they can't come here. What the matter is a blame faggot. And you know he's a damn faggot. And he talks like a faggot. He carries himself like a faggot. He's not coming here. When one says, what's wrong with me having a wife, a bulldog, a dog, and you will embrace them and kiss her and hug that dog, hell. And I bring that here. I bring that whore of a dog and that faggot. He's no nephew and niece of mine.
Yeah.
They must to come here. I said they can't come.
Yeah.
But that should, he may be your kinfolks and theirs. He's not mine. I know my brothers. I know my sons.
Yeah.
I know my uncles.
Yeah.
And they that do the will of Yah. I know my mother.
Yeah.
Those that love Yah and strive. No, they can't come here. I will be given credence to that. Well, everybody is everybody. They do. You know, Yah deal with them. I'll pray for them. You jackass of a hypocrite. Your prayers don't answer a damn thing. You're a liar. Your prayers answer nothing.
Yeah.
Period. Your prayers doesn't mean a damn thing. That's just a fact. You sin willingly against Yah. He's not hearing your phony, funky prayers.
Yeah.
He that says to the rich or the wicked, you're all right. Righteousness is that you display a personality, one that you do things right, you're nice, you're kind. That doesn't mean nothing. A hypocrite will say, well, I don't judge nobody. I ain't judging nobody because, I let Yah handle them. But then it says this, him shall the people curse. Nations shall Za'am him. Not only shall the one that is wicked, but the one that's justifying the wicked.
Yes.
You that justify the wicked and condemn the righteous, you are as much as an abomination, and that's what we're dealing with the curses that we are, these abominations. You're just as much as an abomination as the one you justify. I will justify no one. I won't even justify my natural brothers or my natural sisters. I will not justify any of them.
Yeah.
Period. I don't want their fellowship. I don't want that. You did them wrong, I do no man wrong. You know who he is. You're hungry, I'll feed them. You hungry? Well, no, I'll bring you some food. Give me a box of chicken, give me some of that, give me that. You can eat for a week on that. I'll do anyone like that. I don't care who you are, all right? Here's another one here, all right? Let me read this one. It says this in Psalms Tehillim. We're talking about Za'am. We're talking about this expression of indignation in our speech and our action against one another. This is what it says in Tehillim, Psalm 7:11. Yah, he judged who? Psalm 7:11, Yah judge who? Wait for it, I can rest my voice.
The righteous.
Stop talking to hear you,
The
man.
righteous.
Yah judges who?
The righteous.
Say it out loud. Yah judges who? You're looking at that say, Yah judges who?
The righteous.
He judge who?
The righteous.
He judge who?
The righteous.
He judge the righteous. When you say to a man that he's righteous, you tell me that Yah judge him, you don't judge him? Yah judge the righteous. Yah judges the righteous. He bring his mishpatim upon the righteous. What does that say? He corrects you that are righteous. He constantly monitors you. He judges the righteous. And Yah is Za'am. He curses. Yah is cursing with the wicked every day. He cursed the wicked every day. That word angry right there, it is not alpha, but it's Za'am. Curse the wicked every day. He cursed them, and you say that, oh, you're righteous, wicked. No!
Yeah.
We better change our dirty ways. Get our filthy hearts right. You're going to die, fool. We can't be pretending. You're damn fool to pretend and be a hypocrite. Just go your way. But if you're going to go his way, you got to give all. 99. I haven't heard that in a while. And I guess when you preach next week. And I have just one I'm doing this. We got one. You can be a pretender all you want to. And you go before the wicked and pretend you're so righteous and so nice. Now let my light shine. See, when a man's light shine, men will honor you because they say, I'm dealing with D-hacks. We got it though. I told you. Did I tell you that? We got it. Don't worry about it. And so deal with this man. He said, I know Rahab. I'll talk to young man. I'll talk to two deputy sheriffs. Something. Come on down here, man. I said, if I'd known that I'd had your nice sandwich to eat, and they would have ate it. Rahab got weed. This place is, I'm just telling you, wow. And so the man writes me, when he called, who did he ask for? Rahab got weed? That's what he is. And so he sent me 2 registered letters yesterday. That's why he called me back, because I called him. You know what he said? We don't, all that you can keep this. I said, well, I want to ask you a question. We haven't had the rain here, but I want to know if I could burn it. You can do it, Ray, whatever. He said, I know you're going to do it. You see what our light shine? Yeah. See, men with our light shine. When you're around the wicked, that's when she shines. I don't care if it's your wicked mama, your wicked aunt, your wicked cousins. They should see the light of your truth. And you're committed to Yah. You don't alter one damn thing of Yah for him. I don't alter nothing for nobody. I don't give a damn who it is. And I'm not going to change my talk either. Because the word damn is not, you call a cussing word, all right? I'm not going to change it. Not for you. You say things that are worse than that. Believe me. So Yah judged who the righteous? Yes. See, if you're a righteous person, you will judge a righteous brother. Yeah. If we're righteous, we will judge each other. Yeah. When you're righteous, you're going to judge. Well, I ain't going to judge. No, I want you to judge me. That's what keeps us in order. Yeah. You're a righteous brother. You won't judge another righteous brother. But he says here in the latter part, Yah is Za'am, not just Af. Not the words Af, A-F, but he is Za'am. Yah curse. In the linguistic, it would say, and Yah curse, he expresses indignation, he cursed the wicked every day. Damn them! They allowed them to be born. We don't think Yah talk like that. Yeshua's going to say, depart from me, you dirty children of hell. You workers, you fashion. I don't know what we get this self-righteous attitude that we think that you say words that in its proper form of the vernacular, you don't even realize what you're saying and how corrupt it is. And you think you're so pristine in your language. You think you're pristine. And you think you got it right, but you don't have it right, all right? Yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah. I'm going to do this last one. And I'll finish up. That was creation. That's what Za'am is. That's the 4th one I taught on the day in the perspective of the word curse. So let this truth of this Za'am create in us a renewed throughout. Let it create that desire, that passion for Yah. Let it create that. It's amazing that as how we will go through this, how that this will bless you richly and greatly. There are 14. I'm going to try to finish 5 or at least 6 today, all right? Yeah. There's one the Torah calls Chera. Chera. Now this is not me defining it, but this is in the purest of the Hebraic, the Aramaic, the Ugaritic, and the Ethiopic, and the language that was before English, okay? This is what Hiram mean. It is a thing that is devoted. You put this aside to display your wickedness, just like Terah and Avram. You devote something. It is a thing that is dedicated. Not only that, it is something that you know you ought not to do, you do it. It's a thing that is bad. It is a thing that is utterly meant for destruction. It is a thing that you devote, and it also means, listen, it also means that there's a net that's set before you. That's what the word means, all right?
Yes.
So there's a curse, there are words that lures you to the net to catch you, all right? Now I want to show you the perspective of this word haram in Torah, where it's found, and the places where it describe this word precisely, all right?
Yeah.
I would have begun here with this haram in Devarim. And it is something, as I said, the two pillars of the word curse is extricate and also imprecations, things that we must hate and detest. Now let's look at Devarim 7, chapter 6. That this is where the word haram is used. Devarim 7:26. Neither shall you bring an abomination. Devarim, Deuteronomy 7:26. This is what he commands us. We shall not bring an abomination into our houses. I'm talking about your house. You should not bring that which is cursed. It is vile. It is an attempt against Yah. You should not bring that into your home. I'm not letting a faggot. Yah says that they're an abomination unto Yah. You don't bring a faggot into your home, set him down, let him eat. You follow the faggot, kick him off. You don't bring a picture of some faggot Jesus or some black-skinned one or some white-skinned one.
Yeah.
You don't bring that which is in your home. He says, lest you be haram, lest you be a cursed thing like it. So that which you exalt, you know it's against Yah. You welcome it, you receive it, you embrace it. You're going to be cursed just like that thing. You're going to be cursed just like that. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. You're going to be cursed just like that. You're going to be cursed just like that. You're going to be cursed just like that. And this is my home, not that little building there. This is my home here. And so if I bring this on the land knowing that my niece and nephews are both of them are homosexual, faggot dogs, a butch bull dagger, and a bona fide punk, you get quiet, huh?
Yeah.
I bring that in my house. I'm not going to bring it in my house.
Yeah.
Then I am a cursed thing, just like that. And it's going to bring the haram of Yah. Then Yah's going to get to detest me. He doesn't even really use that against us in any of the verses in Devarim. He used the words ara and every curse word. And everything needs that word curse. And this ignorant generation doesn't know because our young, silly, stupid little boys and these old, silly, jackass old boys, they are stupid as they come. They're not even coherent. They can't even put together a coherent statement. I'm here to bust them all upside the head.
Yeah.
I'm going to rest well today.
Yes.
Wait to eat some of that rotisserie chicken. Of course, she says mine's better than yours. And I said to her yesterday, baby girl, I know it's better than mine. Because you know how to do it. Fact of the matter. She even said, oh, not as theirs over there. It's, well, yours is spicy. I did that because of him. And I said to her, did you allow his issue to taste that? So I test her. You know. Let me go further. Let me go further. Neither shall you bring an abomination, a to'eba, into your house. So you bring a picture of some kind of demonic god in your house, would you do that? Would you do that? That's an abomination unto Yah. You're going to bring a picture of your faggot niece and nephew and hanging on the wall of some man dressed like a woman you don't even know. That's wicked, that's evil, that's sadistic. And there are those that would do that. I wouldn't go in the house. If I go in the house and I saw that, I'm walking out. I wouldn't even set my foot, not feet, but my foot in the home, into your house. Lest you be a haram. You will be cursed thing like it. So whatever you bring into your ruach and your spirit, whatever thing you accept you know is wrong, then you're going to be just like that thing, all right? You're going to be just like that thing. I make no exception for no one.
Yeah.
Beginning here, I make no exceptions for you. I'm not above this.
Yeah.
And anytime you make exceptions for you, you're evil and you're wicked. He said, but you shall utterly. Does he use the word detest it?
Yeah.
You should hate it. That's not a human, that's a thing. Get out of my face. I don't want you to touch me. I wouldn't let them touch me. Well, pray about it. You just keep praying about it. I wouldn't even let any of them touch you. I will not let my natural brother's son and daughter touch me. I wouldn't even let them come here. Well, you let that cousin because he was very humble. He doesn't even say anything when he come to visit me. He corresponds with me every week with his text. It may take me 2 weeks to get back with him. He's the only one that ever gave an offering for the work of any kinsman. He's the only one. He is the only one that has ever given an offering. Believe me. Yah says we shall utterly detest it, and you shall utterly abhor it, for it is a harem. Did he say a curse thing?
Yes.
It is a curse thing. Well, those lions you had in there. Well, go back to the teaching I taught during Tabernacle, all right? This is a stupid generation. Yah says you allow anything into your being. You should not allow those things that you will praise. Well, I know he's that way, but he's sweet. No, don't say that. I know she's that way, but who am I to judge? Yah's judge. Yah judge who? He judge who? He judged the righteous, but he's angry. Hiram, he's angry. Za'am, he's angry with the wicked every day. So you can throw that job hogwash of a putrefied chitlin bath to others, but you can't get by with that with me, all right? You're a coward. You know you're a hypocrite. You know you're evil. That's why you won't judge. That's why God has no problem judging us. I don't have no problem with someone judging me. It's what they did. My mother told me. She tried to set me straight in the book of James, and I was a newbie. But I say, read, that's what it says. You don't judge someone else unless you're able to receive that same judgment. The way you judge me, I can accept it. You can't get by. That is so stupid, no judgment. Everything in life is judgment. With a psychiatrist or everything is done on judgment. When you get a job, someone judging. We're so damn stupid. It's crazy. Man says to his daughter, girl, something right? No, daddy. Son, I know something is not right. What's wrong? You don't judge situations like that. You're crazy.
Yes.
I'm going to judge who comes in here.
Yeah.
I'm going to judge it. And you all better judge it too.
Hallelujah.
Silly women, you don't even mess with them. Like that silly nice fool that was here. She was a liar. And she lied from the beginning.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Oh, people tell you they're going to do right on their nights. When they come, I know. That's why I lay down the law before they come. And I tell them, you're not going to let that happen. Hallelujah. He said it is a harem thing. So we're not a thing. Let me ask you a question. Is Israel in the house of Yah? So Yah will be contradictory. If we are a cursed thing, he has brought it into his house. Are we not in the house? We're not in the body of Yahshua. I don't answer. I'm not afraid to answer that. I don't care what the Hebrew Israelites say. I don't care if they say you're cursed. You are. I'm not cursed. So I ask you the question, when Yah brings something that he commands us not to bring in our homes, he's going to bring that in his house? And we say, I'm sorry, you're going to take the blood of the Yahshua and wash us and bathe us. Yahshua's going to personally do it. You think he's going to do that? We're crazy. We haven't learned the way of Yah. We haven't learned this truth. And so a lot of time he's going to cause men to speak in a way that they have people I've never heard. I've never heard them speak. No, I say this way. There are men that are speaking with much more profoundness than I could ever speak with. I'm saying with this simple discourse that I'm giving us, they're the man that's speaking with this kind of simple discourse. And they have not labored hard enough to understand those things. They're not speaking this way. And what I'm saying making sense and you see it. And light, you can see it through all your ignorance. It's revealed. Can I go a little further? I will go a little further. Look at what Shlomo says here in Kochati, and the preacher of the proclamation. when he experienced the evil of sin. Ecclesiastes 7:25. Look what he says. That's why I say you must understand the words when you say something like haram. If you don't understand, if you don't search the Torah, you will never understand its implication to our Torah. He says this, Shalom, I applied my lab to know, to understand, Yada, and to search. And I wanted to seek out Hukhma, wisdom, the strength of Yah, and the reasons of things. I want to know why. Tell me, Yah. I want to understand it how, and to know the wickedness of folly. That's why men, we're getting older. We can't be silly and simple and stupid. We can't have folly. We must be straight up, strong men, maturing.
Hallelujah.
I want to understand the wickedness of folly, even the foolishness and madness. There's no time for laughter. It's time for weeping and crying. That's the time that we're in. Look at what this messenger says. I find more bitterness than death, the woman. I find more bitter than death, the woman. Your daughters better hear this. Why? Whose love is snares and chirem. That's what that word net means, to draw, to seduce, to captivate you. Woman, don't ever try to take your man's strength. You don't try to run no house. That's why we got all these effeminate boys out there. You don't run your house. He is a rush. He's a rush of your house. He said, I've seen a lot of things, but there's nothing like the heart of a woman like that. It is a haram, it's a curse. And everything she say that exacts my strength and take away my nutrients and my nourishment. Woman, you should never, I tell you, I'll call you Jezebels. Don't ever talk to you. I don't give a damn what happens. Don't talk to me any kind of way. He may be ignorant and stupid, may not understand, but I guarantee you, if he's a man, he'll amend it right. He'll get it right. He'll see us all. But you don't ever put him in a position. Either you or me. Either we get this or that. You don't ever do your man like that. You don't ever talk that way to your man. He's wrong. He knows he's wrong. May not have the strength to acknowledge it. But you walk right. He will tell you. He may not tell you then. He'll get the courage I was wrong. I've never had a problem saying I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Wrong. I did wrong. Period. And what he says now, he calls that heart what a heart. These men on the corner, the women of your hue, they call you everything from a low-life dog that's titties are dragging the ground. Got litters everywhere. Don't even know where the pups are. They call you every kind of thing there is. They say that their misogynist attitude, that's the reason the house is broken. No, buddy, you're not going to break my house, woman. My sons, now we're going to get this right. You're going to shut your wicked mouth. Well, I'll leave that. Leave. Now, you ain't coming back on me. If she left me today, she's not coming back. I will not have her. That's me. You can. I'm not going to have her. I'm not going to have her. You leave me? I've never walked out of my house and say, I need a space. No. Make me a sandwich. Fry me some fish. Call your mom and see if you want to go down to TJ Maxx, $20. That's all we had then. She's not going to, and she hasn't put that spirit of that vibe in my home. Never. I won't let her do it. Period. And I will not do it. I won't do it. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm honest with us. I'm not a hypocrite, people. I'm genuine. He said the woman's heart is snares and a haram. Her hands are as bad. Whoso please Yah shall escape from her. She's not leaving you. Yah's giving you an escape. You find that kind of spirit. She doesn't leave you. Let her leave. Yah just giving you an escape. Does it say that? Did it say that? That spirit of Haram? Haram? No, she's not leaving you, my friend. Yah has given you an escape. Because she is a cursed thing. Her heart is perforated. There's so many scars in it. So many holes in it. She has nothing of substance. She can't hold nothing true. That's a fact. Okay, if you don't like me, man or woman, I'm telling you the truth. Yah says that man, you're going to escape from her. But the sinner shall be taken by her. She'll find somebody, I love you, baby, and I care for you. But a fool, he'll be taken by that spirit. Oh, she's sweet girl. She's a devil. She's a demon. She's a devil. She's a demon. She ain't real. Yah says a righteous man, he will escape from her. He's going to jump the wall. He doesn't care. And that's just a fact. That's why you daughters, you better examine yourself. That's why you old mothers, you're going to pay a price before Yah. You got time for every kind of foolishness, but to teach the young daughters the time with them, you take no time with them. I'm talking to you daughters. I'm talking about you women like that. You don't have the ability to discern when someone lied to you and said, it's you the problem. It's your mind, the apple. You don't even have that ability. I saw folks that didn't even know a Yah, didn't even know a God. They knew the Baptist church or the Methodist church. They tell you, wrong, girl. You ain't right. Eyes have been around the bit. Eyes can tell a lot about men's. That's how they would say men's. They put that S, no apostrophe, all right? Eyes can tell a lot about men's. And he's a good man. You find a good man, so you want to tape him. No, it's not him. You put the man that he should be the bona fide root. He's there to protect. He's there to save his house. Yes. And so wives and you talk about a curse. That's how we do Yah. That's why we speak to him in that way. It's not that we're leaving him. He has left you. And when he has left you, there's a harem in your house. Your house is cursed. And he's going to allow the sinners to embrace you. That's why you can call each other some of the most deplorable names. You can get drunk. You can drink. I've never seen mine. I'll take a little sip every now and then. And I don't even like it every now and then. It'll make me some wine this year, though. I don't even know how they do it. They get drunk. Beer drinking preacher. Wine drinking. They drink whiskey. They drink strong liquors. I will never do that. Not me. Gotta have some every weekend? That's crazy. Around the more damn a little bit. I'll keep it together. We all sip a little bit. That's it. There ain't nobody getting no fuzzy hair like that. That's right. Yeah. That's what he said here. Hallelujah. Yeah. One more in the book of Michal. I'm going to stop here. I'm more out. And then the next time I'm going to bring I will refresh each one of these so your memory will be, pure memory will be stirred up. Because I have a total, where did I put that? I have a total of 50 verses. And you will understand that when I finish already. I want to explain things. We're starting in the first grade, all of us. All right? Yeah. I don't have no PhD or no master's. I just have his truth for us, okay? And this would be a nice one to stop on. This will be the 5th one. And he's showing you his favor today. That's what the number 5 is. It is the favor of Yah, okay? I want to read this one from Michael. This is what he says. This is what the Torah says. A faithful man or a chassid. Does it say that in Michai? A faithful man? That's what it says, doesn't it? Yeah. It didn't say a faithful daughter. It says a faithful man. Because a man and his Ishal, they are equal. Yeah. He said a faithful man is perished out of the earth. Where's the strength of the faithful man? There's a bunch of foolishness and frivolity and folly everywhere. But when you find a man that's faithful to Yah, that's committed, and that his life is the pattern of who he is, and we live and we share and we give, and we're trying to be faithful with each other. He says, a faithful man, where do you find that? Is perished out of the earth. There's a colon there. He says, and there is none upright or Yosha among men. You don't have men that are straight. You have men that, as they would say in the day, I shoot straight from the hip. I don't shoot, I'm straight from the hip, baby. I shoot straight from the hip. And you know that the majority of time, that person was straight up. They would say, I'm straight up, baby. We're not lying. We were secular men. Had the decency to be honest with each other. And it was straight up. The word meant something. He says, this kind of man, sending a colon there. He said they all lie in wait for blood. They look to have something against one another. They look to destroy each other. They look to bring bloodshed. They all lie in wait for blood. He talks about the suit they hunt. Suit is like when you're going hunting for the deer or catch an animal. He said they hunt every man, his brother, with the heron, with the curse. He's looking. You calling each other that most despicable thing. You call the women, you identify them as dogs and things like that. You hunt for them, you look, you see them walking down the street with pants on, and the first thing you call them, and you want to jeer them in a position when they respond. Say something you don't like, and then you want to tell them they're whores, they're dogs, and they're not but a female dog, and then you want to identify that thing that you call a crisis in her life, and that's how she's been taught. She knows nothing any better. She learned the ways of Yah. She'll come out of the pants. She'll stop dressing like a bull dagger. She'll stop trying to be like a man. She'll dress appropriate. She'll honor her body. And that's the first thing you go out. The jugular vein. You speak a curse about her, calling out all kinds of things. She doesn't want to hear that. You lost one. And you speak the harem upon her. And that's what we do. No, I will tell you your sins. You don't know, you don't know. I know how to teach his nation. And that's what these men do. The little boys, they're not strong, they're cowards. He sent them by two. You got a whole block covered. Because when they first started out, there were gangs in the cities and they would bust each other up. And so they went in groups like that. And that's the truth. We're going to continue. We're going to stop here at 5. And so we got 9 more to go. And we're going to explain everything, all right? Yeah. So it's important to understand. So you can see the context of each word when we say the word curse. The words Arab, when I get to Deuteronomy 15, I'm not going to read all that, but I'm going to give us all a summation and pick out those things. But that's some distance, because there are things I want to teach the two nations and the culture of the Hebrews. You could ask people, show me culture in the Torah. But they would tell you this is our culture. They don't know. They don't know. So we are blessed, Yah nation. Hallelujah. We all have sinned. Yes. And come short of his expectation, his honor. Come on. But that's why the Dam of Yahshua is the offering that makes us meet the standard and the expectations of Yah. Now when you know that, you just don't go aggressively and willingly sin. Now don't be silly. You ain't not going to get by. So he has brought us to a knowledge of simplicity. This is an elementary truth. That's right. And I'm going to teach it with energy, with honesty, and no respect of any of us. I will tell us all that Yah says. And we're going to understand His truth. We're going to live it. And when we do that, we're going to learn one thing out of all of that. We're going to learn how to love each other. And we're going to learn how to care for each other. You understand? We're going to learn how to love each other, care for each other. That's why I started this series of Hebrews features. I want to make sure that you all, every time that video goes up, I want to insert that in there where they can see it visually. We welcome all that come in Shalom and put the office number on that. Call. We welcome all that come in Shalom. Like insert that about every 10 minutes. In the beginning for about 30 seconds. People call, you know, I don't know what they think. I don't answer them. I'm not going to answer this fellow say, do you know chickens will eat human waste? No more than the ones that say, well, that's clean and that's unclean. They don't know. I search things to the height of finding out the resolution. I don't come up here and say something here without understanding the variance of what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. Now, I may be wore out, but I'll go home and study until I go out, and I will go out. And when Mama comes home, I go to bed. I'll sleep. And then sometimes I don't come up because I'm wore out. I am wore out now. I'm done. I'm toasted. So the rest of Rabbi is going to teach next week, preach. Zachim Birmin, I'll show you in the following. Then I'll come back strong. That'll give me a little rest on it. Maybe on Wednesday. And listen, y'all, on T3 event, this Wednesday we may not have service because we got to get our wood for the season. And when Zorchain and I went out the other day, the man's machine just broke the cylinder. We got 2 loads, and so I'm going to haul next week. I'm to haul 5 loads of wood in a day. That's a hard task. My body feels that. And I will feel that. And so I'm going to haul 5 loads on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I said to Zachim, Friday, I'll take off. Because I'll need that to recuperate. That's not an easy task. It really isn't. To haul that, and we need to board already. I was saying, I was talking to my Zachim concerning that situation. We're all ready. And the man said, Riak, if you need more time, just let me know, okay? And so we'll work things out. I was going to talk to him yesterday, but I know he was tired. And my friend here says, we got one more stump to grind. I said, all right, you don't think it business. Make some change. You got to go to the beach. You don't like the beach. I'll keep you here with me. You don't like the beach. Yeah, you know I'm talking. Nah. You don't talk to me. So make some change. So we can go to the beach, all right? And swim and have. You know, Israel, I know our children are going to do things that are despondent and they're going to behave a certain way. But in all that we say, love our children, and they're going to do foolish things.
Yes.
They're going to sin just like, can I ask you all a question?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? You that are without any sin, get a stone, you can bust it in the head. You that think that little child, she sinned, show me your sins, all right? Yeah. We're hypocritical, all right? I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. That doesn't mean a child gets by with their foolishness. It doesn't mean that. They're intelligent. This is the first thing, one of the first things. I know I talk about that in the heart, but I love the brother. He says to me, brother, almost like I almost got my man on the Solace Minor there. Brother, that's how he sounded too. That's what he said to me. He said, the intelligent little creatures don't think that they're not dumb. Just to come every time she had to take down a switch up. Wasn't long she had stopped.
True.
And so they're not ignoramus. They're not, you know, they watch you closer than you watch them.
True.
And what they see you do, you can talk that bull.
Yes.
It is right.
Yes.
They watch mom and daddy, they watch how daddy respond, and they watch how mama respond. They watch how mama talk to daddy and you try to give them hell? Silly thing. Get out of here. You trying to teach them how to be a young daughter, and hell, you're not even working as a wife. This is I hate stuff like that. I will. I'm not afraid of nobody. You're right, you got to talk to her. I said, I'll talk to you. Come over and taste this, Sarah. That's too spicy. I can put some of this in there for you. Put some honey in there. Well, then she snows your name. You can't say nothing about that. So she snows me out there. Everything doesn't take a brutal assault. Everything doesn't take a brutal assault. In military, they just don't put all the firepower down. Everything doesn't take a brutal assault. Your mamas and daddies got to know how to do it right yourself. You expecting to get prune juice out of a lemon? Stop it. Children watch what their mothers and fathers do. They see that mess. You trying to correct someone you ain't not. I said you ain't lived up to a wife. You ain't lived up to a man. Nothing gets past me. Nothing. So you can pretend. You can be phony on your head, means nothing to me. Within your life, I've been an observer. Nothing get past me. I may not say nothing, but it doesn't get past me. I see things. I watch things. I watch tendencies. I watch movement. I watch things. Now, I don't have to remind you all that I care for my wife. I do that every now and then because I know we have people listening. I say that for a purpose. I never lied to my wife. I know how it strikes people. They say, oh, come on, man. No. I haven't. There was nothing to lie about. What? What are you doing, watching basketball? Well, okay. I'm going to close with this. I did lie when Larry home for Cooney. I lied on that one. But I didn't lie. I went to work. I left my issue on the hospital at our house. But I could think of having this vacation. And I want to see that one. I want to see that thing. And I don't forget Steve called and said, let's go, Brother Rob, let's go. I said, oh man. I tell you what, let's do it this way. Let me go home, you come to my house, I park my car. We ride together. I said, okay, let's go. So I got off at 6:30, I went home and took my shower. I don't need your help, man. And I hid my clothes under the bed. I knew they weren't going to get in the 12. Let's go, Steve. I got home, changed up. All they knew I was getting off from work. Brother, how you doing? I'm doing fine, evangelist. We had our time tonight. See, I should have been at the meeting if I did that. And the more he talked, that I had baked the pound cake and all that we're eating and everything, I felt such a conviction. I said, I must tell you the truth. I said, I took a half a day off and it cost $20. That's the last time I did that. And I went to the fight. I went to see Jerry Cooney, Larry Holmes. He rebuked me up and down. You're wicked. Yes, sir, I know I am. I said, I would never do that again. I've never done it again. But he wanted to know. Because he was a sports enthusiast. He said, okay, who won? I said, no, man. Has he knocked him out? That's the last time I did that. But I lied, okay. So I lied. May Yah's riches bless you all. Be encouraged, nation. Be strong and look for the coming of our Hamashiach from the heavens, but from here. Look at that witness that we know we have people. It must come from here. before you ever see anything that gotta be here. Yahweh, you all may bless you, may this Berakah rest upon you. Listen to I am hungry nation. Turn toward Yerushalayim in all things with the Berakah of Allah. Your greatness, your blessings, heal your nation, our friends. Us here, we need your healing above all. Bless everyone, I pray in your name. Teach us to walk righteously before you. And please bless them all that they may have fun and enjoy their lives. This blessing. Whether they're in the pool or skating or making dirt pie. Bless them all. Us as adults and parents, bless us. Bless your nation. Scattered throughout every nation of the world. We ask in Yeshua's name. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
My mama gave us some sweet toys. What you had done? Green out first, your silly tail. Show it. Oh, it's for rude. That girls. They don't never go hot here. Oh, okay. That's what I like doing like that. I think you'll let her do the same. You would tell me stuff. Okay, that's what okay. Before you stand. Yeah, I said, I told her, when she that road, to me, it's where I got them one girl. It has time. Yeah, because I got to go there. Yeah, I'm gonna get that place here. You want to talk to me
There you are. See you on there now?